Guys, watch as I magically turn this $1,000 bill into 4. Boom! Magic. If you want to learn how to turn 1,000 into 4, you're going to want to watch this. Hey guys, what's up? Alex Clark, the Clark Group, Keller Williams Realty, Portland Premier. I'm super excited today to introduce you to Lynn Stanek with Ambiance Stage and Design.
Thank you, Alex.
Absolutely. Lynn is a fantastic partner of ours. If you've worked with us on selling a home, there's probably a good chance you've met with Lynn. And we're super excited for you to be here. So thank you, Lynn, for giving us some time.
I'm excited to be here too.
We're going to talk a little bit about staging and the difference of staging and interior design and all sorts of fun stuff. So check us out. Great, Lynn. So first off, I guess a little background about you. How long have you been staging homes?
I've been staging homes in Portland now for over 10 years, and I think the biggest change I've seen in the industry is now pretty much everybody has at least heard of staging.
Yes. And if you're watching HGTV and you flip this house or whatever, we know that staging is important.
Indeed.
Very good. So what are your ideas about staging?
Well, I think that staging can be best described as optimizing your house prior to it going on the market so it has the best opportunity to make that great first impression. It's the old adage, you get one chance to make a great first impression.
Yeah, I love that. So that's fantastic. I know that back in the day, before the internet, right, people would hire a real estate agent, they drive around and look at a bunch of houses, and they wouldn't know anything about the house that they were about to go to until they got to it. And, you know, that was, their first impression was really inside of the home. And now we have 32 pictures in the RMLS and hundreds of thousands of websites that are giving us information. So staging really is, the first impression is no longer generated in person, it's generated over the internet. And if you're not attractive online, they just skip you.
Yeah,
Swipe right, swipe left.
Absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
Wow.
Your online presence is your first opportunity to meet your prospective buyer.
Great information, Lynn. So I know a lot of our clients, when we offer the staging consultation to them, they look almost perplexed and they think that staging is for super high-end properties, $1 million plus.
You know, occasionally I still encounter that misperception that staging is a luxury for high-end sellers. But in actuality, staging can fit into any budget and be appropriate for any house.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I remember specifically one of our all-time favorite homes and clients. It was in Southeast Portland. The price point was $275 at the time. And you came in and helped them. There was 3 kids under the age of 5, all boys, and the house looked like a tornado had run through it.
I know exactly which house you're talking about.
Okay, and our clients are probably watching. Hey guys.
Hi.
And when you were done and they listened to your advice and they followed it, it looked like a completely different house. Yeah. And instead of listing at $275, we listed at $285. And then we got multiple offers. And it sold for well above list price. So anyway, so it's not just, I'm hearing it's not just $1 million homes, it's every home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
Great information. So how does staging help sell homes?
Well, interestingly, is what staging does is it helps give an online presence to the home.
Okay.
And the other thing that it does is it creates an atmosphere when a prospective buyer comes into the home. Mm-hmm. So it's both. It's the online presence, which is where you're going to be seen, and the atmosphere, which is going to be that feeling part of it, which is how you sell a house.
Makes sense. All right. And I guess the follow-up question to that is, we oftentimes, we walk into a listing and the clients have fantastic furniture.
Sure.
And the home, it really feels very comfortable and livable. But that's interior design. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between interior design and how people live and staging?
Well, Staging focuses on the structure of the house, the architecture of the house, the things that will be in the house after the sale.
Okay.
That's different than the aesthetic that gets used by interior decorators. They're trying to reveal the owner's personal taste, their personal stamp. What interior design and staging both have in common is they use elements of design, lighting, flow, balance, color. But the outcomes and the purposes are very, very different for how those tools are used.
Very good. Excellent. All right. So when we talk about staging a home, I know a lot of real estate agents and clients think that staging is best suited for vacant homes, but it sounds like you're staging homes that are occupied with people's furniture in it already.
Yes.
Yeah.
And staging works great for either scenario. In an unstaged home, the challenge is that when you view those pictures online, they can look a little washed out, a little sterile, a little empty because the house is empty. And it doesn't matter about the photographer's acumen because there's few clues that can be offered about those rooms because there's nothing in it to refer to. You have the opposite challenge with an occupied home because of the accumulation of stuff and
Yeah.
and we all accumulate stuff. So the challenge there is that it sort of clouds the prospective buyer's perception that the house is move-in ready.
Okay.
And it also impedes them imagining themselves living in it. So in either scenario, staging is a great beneficial marketing tool, both again for the online presence and the atmosphere you create inside the home.
Makes absolute sense. Great. So we talked a little bit about the internet and how it's changed selling homes in first impressions. But how has technology changed your industry, staging homes, and how it's done?
Well, initially, when staging started, it was just about the decluttering and the depersonalizing. But now, 99% of homes, I mean, that's all of them, are seen online first. And if you don't capture a buyer's interest online, you'll never physically get them into the house.
Yeah.
The other challenge with technology, it's more pervasive, but it's a little less direct, and it's just we all have a smartphone.
Yeah.
So with our smartphone, we can get anything that we want pretty much anytime we want it, or with the very worst case scenario, 2-day, free shipping.
Right.
So having that much power in our hands has created a culture of convenience. And the challenge there is that the houses that look convenient are the ones that sell. The ones that look like you can take your toothbrush and move in, those are the houses that will sell.
Yeah.
The other challenge is that with this culture of convenience that we all are grown accustomed to, is that asking a potential buyer to overlook minor repairs and still pay top dollar, that's a little unrealistic. Every flaw they see, they start to evaluate.
Sure.
Should I reconsider or adjust what I'm willing to pay for this home?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying every house has to be perfect because we're never going to get there.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that the fewer flaws that a prospective buyer perceives, the more interest they have in making that home their own home.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And so I guess the next question would be, in kind of wrapping this up, is when's the best time for someone who's thinking about selling to contact you?
Oh, the sooner in the process, the better on that one. Unfortunately, I've had circumstances where sellers have undertaken really expensive projects that they probably didn't need to do. Which nobody wants to do that. So the best approach, or the one that I like to implement, is take a look at the budget. How much money do we have available to prep a property for sale? And then let's prioritize projects based on that. The other thing that I'd strongly encourage, though, early on is a paint consultation. Paint color is vital. A warm neutral, not white, but a warm neutral is essential to creating that invitation to buy when your property is coming up as an active listing.
Makes absolute sense. And so, guys, we're going to give you a couple of examples of a property that Lynn staged, helped with. The shots are of the living room and the difference that staging can make. So hang on one sec, here they come up. First, you're going to see the unstaged room. And, that's a pretty typical RMLS photo that you'll see when looking at a home. And if we just change that out, next you're going to see what happens after it's been staged. and how warm and inviting and open it feels. Totally the same room, it's the same dimensions, it's the same carpet, the same paint, but it's been staged and it's much more inviting. And let's show you the other example here from a different angle. There's the unstaged room. Let's switch over to the staged room, and you can see it's noticeable how much more inviting it is. So that's Lynn's handiwork. She's an expert at it. She knows what she's doing. And as soon as you guys think that you're going to start to consider the idea of selling, it's a good idea to have Lynn come out. And you need to get a hold of me so we can get Lynn out there. And I'm going to get Lynn's contact information in a comment below. There will be a link to get to her website so you can contact her. So on the last bit, we teased you a little bit with a $1,000 bill and turning that into a $4,000, right? So the National Association of Realtors came out with a study, and their statistics.
Yeah, this was actually, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah,
That was actually, it was an article, it was Forbes Online.
Oh, Forbes.
And the National Association of Realtors said that in this article, if for every $100 that you invest in staging, the potential return on that is $400.
Wow.
So that's a substantial return.
Yeah.
And if you were to take that in terms of a price reduction, it would be about 10 to 20%. Okay, so let's say you have a $400,000 house.
Yep, pretty common.
And if you're going to take a 10 to 20% reduction, even I with rudimentary math skills can tell you that is between $40,000 and $80,000. Now, I have never ever seen staging cost $40,000.
Yeah.
So it seems reasonable to assume that staging is less expensive than taking a price reduction.
Absolutely.
And this article also said that houses that are staged sell 87% faster.
Wow.
I know, right? Than houses that are unstaged. So
Wow.
if you're trying to sell your house, why wouldn't you stage it?
That's incredible, Lynn. That's absolutely incredible. A staged home sells for more money.
Yes.
And it sells faster.
Yep.
And that's the whole game, guys. That's the game. So click on the comments, look for the link. When you're ready, reach out to Lynn, but do it sooner rather than later, because the more time Lynn has to work with you, the better the results are going to be. And thank you for watching. We hope this was informational. Please call or email, text, whatever, if you have any questions. See you guys later. Thanks very much. Bye.